Expo about 10, 15 years ago.
But the cedar ones are like this
Well, good morning, everybody. For you folks standing in the back there, we've got several chairs up front here if you want to come and sit right down front. And anybody that can't see, I think we got 4 or 5 chairs up here, so come on down. First of all, welcome everybody to South Carolina. Those of you who aren't natives, those that are natives, welcome to Moore Farms. I'm Stan McKenzie, better known on the internet as Stan the Citrus Man. And I got started growing citrus probably about 20 years ago. When I started, no one that I know of in this area of South Carolina even knew that we could grow citrus. And I got my sister-in-law to bring a satsuma tree up from Alabama, and I planted it at my back door and was successful with it. And pretty soon all the neighbors and people that were the house painters and the electrical guy that came to check the meter and everything was wanting to know, man, how did you do that? Where can I get one? So it sort of led to a little hobby. I learned to graft citrus. I've always had a trifoliate orange tree for a rootstock on my farm. So from there, it just kind of took off, and I got a little fella in Vancouver, Washington, to create a little website, put on the internet, and so the rest is history. I get emails from people all over the world wanting to know about this kind of citrus or that kind of citrus or whatever. Joe, do you want to sit here or you want the lounge chair over there?
I want to see the greenhouse because I've heard you go.
I just got dissed. He said she wants to see the greenhouse. She's heard all I've had to say. All right.
Ooh, that's bad.
But anyway, Jody, today is my birthday. This is the biggest birthday party.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Citrus Man. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope all of you keep your day jobs. Don't try to apply for a singing job, okay?
When do we get a cake?
When you get the cake? I don't know. You have to see my wife. Maybe she's got one at home for me. But anyway, it is a pleasure to have all of you here. And this is my mailbox money birthday tree, number 62. That's the one that those folks in Washington are going to be kind enough to start sending me a little check in the mail. So, all right, here's a picture of the place right out in front of my farm there. On the right side there, it has nothing to do with citrus, but that's called Eucalyptus neglecta, a big leaf eucalyptus. All right, next sign, Mr. Ned. Yeah. These were just made this week. Tony Melton, our county agent, came over and was so kind to donate about 3 or 4 hours of his time to help make some of these slides today. But that's me in front of some cassias, yellow cassias, and some red cannas. That's on my nursery yard there. So, and you see some ornamental bananas back there in the background. Okay. All right, head of security. That's my dog Cletus. I've had him for about 14 years. And he might lick you to death if you go over there and try to steal something from my nursery. But other than that, you're safe. But that's that original satsuma tree that I was telling you about that's in my backyard, or in my patio, that my sister-in-law brought me from Alabama. And I should say I did have a nice crop of satsumas on that tree this year, but I've got 5 grandchildren. And some of them, my wife keep them every day for their mothers to work. One of them's 2 years old. And they've developed a strong liking for satsumas, and so my tree is getting depleted pretty quickly. All right, next slide. That's a shot of my little greenhouse there. You see how nice and neat, see all that trash on the floor and everything. But anyway, if you get to know me, you'll know I'm a nice, neat person. All right, then. There's one of my loquat trees on the farm. It's full of blooms right now. And I told someone recently, back in the spring, God gave me a beehive. I was walking around looking on the farm one Sunday afternoon, and there was this huge swarm of bees had I guess escaped from their owner or whatever. They divide every so often, I think, some of you beekeepers. But anyhow, they had come to my farm, and I got a friend that is a beekeeper to capture them for me, and they are really enjoying this loquat tree now because it's smelling so sweet, and it's got all those blooms on it. So anyhow, that's the picture of the back of my little office thing there at my farm. All right. I got this picture from one of the extension agents down in Horry County, Myrtle Beach. That's the Myrtle Beach County. He bought a pawpaw tree from me some 3 or 4 years ago, and anyhow, he was so proud of it, he sent me a picture of his pawpaw fruit. By the way, I'm into all kind of fruits, not just citrus, and there is an organization that I'm going to recommend right now. If any of you are interested in fruits, it's called Southern Fruit Fellowship. We have several members here today. If you're a member of the Southern Fruit Fellowship, would you stand up, please? Yeah. Here we go, yeah. All right, you get 4 newsletters a year, all about fruit, all kind of recipes for your fruit. If pawpaws are in season, you'll probably get recipes for pawpaws, persimmons, citrus. There's all kind of stuff in there, but I've got one of the newsletters here, and if you want the address of how to sign up for Southern Fruit Fellowship, $10 a year to go to 12, Lester? It's $12 a year for the 4 issues, and what can you get for $12 anymore? Okay, there I am with my hand in front of the Chicago Hardy Fig. They're still fruiting this time of year, which is pretty unusual. By this time of year, usually we've had at least a big frost, and so far we've escaped killing frost. We've had a few little light frost, but no killing frost. I told Jinx that the gardens are beautiful out there. You'll get to see them today here at Moore Farms, and all the banana trees and everything are still pretty and green. I said we've had a miracle here in South Carolina for this Citrus Expo, about like Moses parting the Red Sea. I don't know when we've gone this far without a freeze. All right, Ned, there's the pineapple guava bush. I got some pineapple guava fruits samples out there at my table sometime today if you want to taste pineapple guava. Never have had that opportunity and you want to know what it tastes like before you go home, see my table and I'll be glad to supply you. Pineapple guava is a fruit. Nice little evergreen shrubby bush there. It has pretty little pink peach-looking flowers on it in the spring of the year. So it's a nice little ornamental if you don't care for the fruit. Okay, Ned?
That's pretty.
Yeah, that's a Japanese persimmon, Oriental persimmon. I think, Lester, you brought a box of those today, didn't you? Yeah, all right. Anybody want to try Oriental persimmon? Lester has them, and I think the Tongs grow Oriental persimmons. They probably have several different varieties or whatever, but that's one of my favorite fruits there. And they're hardy right on up as far as Maryland, so if you get the right variety, so very hardy. Okay, Ned? That's just a picture of my cassia that I got growing out on the ditch bank. I thought it was very pretty this year, so we got a shot of that. All right. That's some of the citrus at my old farm building there, and I think my photographer held the camera at the side because my farm building is not collapsing like it looks like it's doing. I think he held his camera, I think he went sideways with it or something. Something went wrong.